Sul Sul! Welcome to my channel. I'm GingerLlama and welcome back to the second part of my first collab with the amazing Linden Falls. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you should definitely watch the first part of the collab. I will put it in the cards right now. And if you are still here after that and you haven't watched the first part, really simply let me just say that we built two classic movies houses. Like, this is the Hocus Pocus Cottage. The Sanderson witches lived here, and we also built the haunted mansion from Disney. So yeah, we built those two exterior shells. So Wind Falls built this one and I built the haunted mansion, but just the shell and the exterior, because then we swapped buildings and now we are decorating each other's builds. So yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I talked a lot about Wind Falls on my first video, but I will say it again, you need to go check her channel out. She has an amazing Not So Berry Let's Play right now. She is an amazing builder and her sims are super duper cute. Her videos are really nice to watch, and so you should definitely go check it out. I will leave the link to her channel down below, and I will also have her video at the end of this one. So yeah, go watch it after this. And now we'll talk a little bit about the build. So I decided to not have this house be functional. So if you are looking for a witch house that is functional to play, this is not it. So this house has a kitchen actually, because I started by thinking that maybe I could do some bedrooms upstairs, or maybe a bathroom and just a kitchen, and they didn't need a bed to sleep. I don't know. You can always add a basement and make their bedrooms downstairs. You can also do that. I wanted to keep this small because in the movie the cottage is really small. You have the downstairs, the stairs for the up part of the cottage, but in the movie you only see like the part where the fence is and where they can look downstairs, so we cannot really see what's happening upstairs. So yeah, I just decided to keep the upstairs with the open area like in the movie, and then we'll have some storage and we'll have some more potions and plants and fish and a seance table. So yeah, we'll have a lot of stuff upstairs and downstairs. This build is full of clutter, like there's something everywhere. I completely filled up the entire house, so there's not an empty space. At the end of the video I was trying to put some wall decorations like paintings or something like that. I didn't have the space to do it because I already had so much furniture around with clutter everywhere. Yeah, I didn't have the space to get some paintings, but that was okay. At this point I was trying to get columns in the right places and the trims around it, because in the movie you can see them, so it was really important for me to have them. And then on the back, like, I wanted everything full of ingredients and potions, like they have in the movie. Behind the book they have this whole like storage unit of witchy stuff, so I wanted to mimic that. I also started putting some lights, some candles, not lights, and the house got really bright. I will change that at the end, don't worry, it will not be this bright. But I wanted a lot of candles because they have a huge collection of candles behind them in the movie, and they also have this very special candle, the black candle that Max lights up, the curse candle. So I also tried to emphasize that one. That's the orb, and then we'll have the actual candle, and I also will have something on the ground just to get the attention to the actual candle. And yeah, I'll try to get the main furniture right now. So I'm getting the things that I know I wanted, you know. And we'll start also doing the kitchen, just putting the appliances down, filling the walls and the flooring, so everything is in place. And very soon I'll start to put everything outside, as I usually do. But for this one, I knew that I wanted a lot of crystals and a lot of potions and everything that you can think of. I wanted fish, I wanted everything, like ingredients that witches can use for their potions. So I started to go through the catalog with the debug items, and I put out everything. Like in the beginning, I started with some chairs and tables that I might want to use around the house, and then I will also do the same thing for plants, for lights or candles, and definitely for ingredients. And so this took me a while, almost an hour, I think, just putting everything outside. And then I was like, wait, if I just put everything outside, I will need to go outside and inside to get every item, and in a video with 6 times speed, it will be like awful. No one will understand anything about what I'm doing. So yeah, I had to go grab some Sims and put them in the house. I actually grabbed the Sanderson sisters from the gallery, and yeah, I placed them at this house and I put everything in their inventory. That also took a while because, as you know, when you have like a full household inventory, everything lags so much. So that was a great idea on my part. So now I'm just placing like all the tables that I selected, and the seating and everything like major that occupies a lot of space. I will start struggling with space very soon because I wanted to place all these cabinets to put the potions and the ingredients, and I did not have the space to do it. So yeah, that was fun. But anyways, if you don't know this movie, this is a 1993 movie. It's also like the Haunted Mansion. It's also a fantasy spooky but for kids, you know. And it's about 3 witches, the Sanderson sisters, and they need children. They need to do some spells in the cauldron with a very special book that the devil himself gave to one of the witches. And so that's why we have a huge book right next to the cauldron downstairs. And yeah, they need children to keep young, to still be young, you know, to go back in time, kind of. And so they do that in the beginning of the movie, but they are caught. And so that happened 300 years before the actual movie, so 300 years before 1993. And so everything is with wood, and I try to keep that in the build, candles instead of lights, all of that. I really try to do that, to remember that. And yeah, basically the sisters, when they are sentenced to hang, they say that they have a candle, and someday a virgin will light up the candle and they will be back. And so 300 years later, a boy lights up the candle and the witches are back. And I'm not going to tell you the entire story, obviously, but it's also very funny the way that they did, because it was Salem, so Halloween was a big thing, of course, and it was funny because the witches didn't know what Halloween was, and so there are some really funny parts. I really enjoyed watching the movie again, and there is a Hocus Pocus 2 that came out this year, so I haven't watched it yet, but I definitely will next week, because it's going to be the last week of spooky season. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they did with the new movie. And now I also have a different kind of horrifying tale about a YouTuber that decided to use the red shelf as you saw, and fill the entire cottage with that shelf. And it was a huge mistake. So I don't know if you know that CC piece, but it's a really big thing because you can clutter your entire house with a shelf. It has a bunch of slots, so you can just put everything that you want somewhere, and it works like a shelf. And then you can just change the color to transparent, and it can stay there. Or in my mind, I could delete the shelf and keep the items, but no, we cannot do that. So, that's not how you use the shelf. If you want, let me know in the comments. I saw a video of how to actually use the shelf, and it's not like that. So you place the shelf near the surface that you want to use, you place the clutter on top of the shelf, and then pressing Alt, you just move it to the place that you want. You don't keep the shelf. And Ginger here kept every single shelf. And then my idea was, okay, to have this on my gallery and Wind and Falls gallery, because this is not just my build, it's also hers. And I was like, oh my gosh, now I cannot get rid of the CC icon. Like, this build has CC now. And I thought, okay, that's actually a good idea. Get out of the game, get your mod folder out, and then when you go into the game, the CC will not be there. And I thought that was a good idea, but then when I get into the cottage, every shelf disappeared. That's definitely true, but also every item that was on top of each shelf, they also disappeared. And I was so sad. The cottage was so empty, and I was like, no. And so I don't know yet what I'm going to do. I want to get this into the gallery. I just don't know if I want to clutter everything all over again without the shelves, or using the shelves correctly. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. For now, we'll have this build with the CC wrench. I'm sorry, you need to click on include custom content if you want the cottage. I'm really sorry. And if you don't have the shelf, I don't know, I think you probably will have a very empty cottage, but I will fix this soon, just not right now. I've been super tired. As you know, I went through a major surgery about almost not even 2 months ago, so I get tired really easily. So I also have been very addicted to Disney Dreamlight Valley, so that's also a huge problem. But that's not why. I just need a break from this cottage, because this took so many hours, and then just seeing that horrible mistake ruining everything. Yeah, I was just super upset, but I will fix it, and we will have a version of the cottage without the shelves, but with every single clutter item in place. I'm not promising that everything will be in the same place as they are right now, because I will probably not do that. But we'll have everything there. I will probably put in the household inventory, delete the shelves, and do it all over again. I cannot promise that everything will be in the same place, because it probably won't. And with that very spooky tale out of the way, I wanted to ask you if your Simlarine is going well. It was the weekend and I had a really fun Simlarine. I got a lot of treats. I have some very cute treats for toddlers. Triliki also has some really good pieces. I have Raven Sim. Her first hair from day one was like mind-blowing. I loved it so much. Feral Poodles, I also got some things from her. Bella Sims, Green Llamas, 20th century OEDs, I don't know. That ones I actually got last weekend because the creators said that they wanted people to enjoy the treats for longer, and so if Simblorine is this weekend and the next one, it will be really close to Halloween, and people then will not really care and will not really use for pictures and for edits, for videos, etc. And so she decided to do her treats last weekend and this one. And I thought that was really a good idea. I don't know why I get why Simblorine was like in the last weekend, but it makes sense what she said. Anyways, so I got some treats and I had a lot of fun with them. I was planning on doing a treat for next weekend, but it's not like spooky, so I don't know if I'm going to release that for Simblorine, or if I'm going to release it like next month or something, because it's really cute. I'm almost done. I only have one swatch left that I don't really know how to do it because it's a little bit different, but I'll get there. And I think it's really cute, really cute. I'm so proud of that. It's a recolor, so it's not a new mesh, but I think it's really good. I really do. I know that I made it, but I do think it's really good. And so I really want to share it. I just don't know if it's going to be a Simblorine treat, because I think people will expect something spooky, and that is not spooky at all. It's a costume. It's still a costume, but it's not spooky. So I don't know, I will think about it. As I said, I'm also really tired all the time, so it's really hard to do something for many hours in a row. So I usually do something for like an hour and then I stop, and then I keep doing it and then I stop again, and that has been my life. But it's okay, I'm okay, everything went well, so I'm really happy about it. And with the videos, I think I failed one, I'm sorry. It was the spooky episode of the short lifespan challenge, but it will be up this Thursday, I'm hoping, so everything will be back to normal. I also want to get back to my Super Sim Amelia, and yeah, we'll continue to have our usual let's plays and some other videos. And that's pretty much what I had to say for this video. I still have like almost 5 minutes to talk. I don't really know what to say. I'm really curious to see what Wind and Falls did with my mansion. I hope that she likes what I did to her cottage. So I hope that she's not disappointed, and I'm sure she will not be, and I will not be at her as well. She sent me some pictures and I absolutely loved it. It looked really cluttered, just like mine. So I think we really like the details, and we both really like to keep our builds like alive with a bunch of stuff, you know? So yeah, I think she feels the same way, and that's why her builds and her exterior had some terrain paint as mine. And I don't know, I think we build in a similar way, and I'm really happy with both the builds that we made. I hope that we can collab very soon again, because this was so much fun. So from now on, I love collabs. So yeah, that's a fact. I had so much fun. She's an amazing person to know. Go check her channel, don't forget to see how she treated my mansion. So go watch her video finishing the inside. And right now I'm just finishing the kitchen. The kitchen was really because I thought I could make the cottage an actual house functional, you know, so that's why I had the kitchen. But also I think the fireplace looks better closer like this. So yeah, I kept the kitchen, but I didn't even take like the slow motion in the end at the end of this video, you'll not have the kitchen. I completely forgot about the kitchen. But yeah, I finished the kitchen, I placed a bin and everything. I did not play tested because, as I said, this house is not functional because it has clutter everywhere. I don't know if Sims can go upstairs. I don't know if Sims can sit. I have no idea, honestly, because that was not really the point, you know. I think it looks amazing with so many details, and I don't think that Sims can go through them. So yeah, I didn't really worry that much about it. I'm just placing some things, some goo puddles from the paranormal stuff pack, some cracks on the floor from the werewolves. We also have some spider webs, of course. We have a lot of stains and scratches and cracks on the walls from vampires. I also put some rugs. I didn't really put like much on the floor downstairs because I think it's a way more used space. Maybe like in the movie you have like the 300 years before and after, and I chose to go with before, so this is not a museum because the after cottage has like a cashier and it has like a museum tablets for you to see. It really looked like a museum. It had everything like a museum, but I decided to go with the before version, so we don't have any of that. And yeah, that's basically it. The only thing that I'm still going to do is change the lighting. I also want to let you know that this lighting looks good here on my video and in my game because I use G-shades. So in your game it will probably look super green, so you can always change, of course, but I want it to look good like in the video and in my game and for the screenshots. So yeah, it's good for my game, maybe it's not for yours, so you can check that when you go to game and you download the build. And yeah, that will be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to leave your like if you did and comment what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I will see you guys in the next one. Happy simming. Dag dag!